coming here has opened up a block in my head that was locked up for a long time.
Ben, stand over here so you can get her.
Okay. Yeah, for a long time. And that compartment that was locked up has been released, has been opened like a valve, where I'm able now to just allow my mind. Like I was just thinking this morning, like how free I am in my thinking now, how more open I am to being teachable, to other people's opinions and ideas.
Yes.
And I can see the difference from the block that I came in here with, and realize now that it's open. And then the other thing was, I didn't have any biological sons. I didn't have a son. I always wanted a son. So I always felt like I can't really father people because I don't have a son.
Yes.
But after coming through this program, man, I've already seen where I started fathering men and having sons already. Not biological, but just as important to share with them and connect with them and encourage them. It's just as important as having a biological son.
Yeah.
And so you used to talk about speak to the nations. This is a national problem. This ain't just, this is for the nations. And I'm beginning to own that, to see it for myself. Like my purpose really, man, it's bigger than just Rochester. It's everywhere I go.
Exactly.
You know, it's to the nations. So I'm just in awe.
Wow.
That God loved me so much, man, that he put me in a place where I could grow up and grow, man. I didn't get that at church, man. I didn't get that from my uncles and all them. All I got from them was some patterns that led me to destruction. But one thing I know about it, when you got purpose, then the Creator is obligated to put somebody in your path to pull out of you what's in you. And that's what the Fatherhood Connection does. It pulls out of men what was already in there. They just needed somebody to stir that thing up and wake it up. And it came through you really validating and appreciating who I was even when I was broken.
Just to go back to what you shared, Reggie, that being in a place to expand. I think that wasn't the word you stated, but just meaning to expand or to improve. And I do believe that wholeheartedly. Also, I believe that this is a time right now to celebrate. I celebrate you right now. Because I don't think that we have to continue to look to where we're going all the time. Let's stop right here and just enjoy this moment.
That's good.
To thank you for the vision that you have. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being in a place that I, as your wife and your friend, that have seen you be transparent and to mature into that man that you are today. Is there still more growth in all of us? Yes. But right now, let's celebrate who we are today.
Awesome.
Wow,
that's good.
Standing ovation.
That's good.
I just want to piggyback on what you said, Pastor, because this man has been a road post or a milestone in my life. Every time it seems that I come back to be amongst with you in some form or fashion in this journey, and so I want to also just appreciate the call that obviously that this thing has given you, and for again transparency is something that I get from you. I mean, and I'm not trying to be magnanimous or just throw out any big, but I get transparency, and I know for me I have to remain there because I'll hide behind some mess. I'll put on that facade, go into that intellectual mumbo jumbo, and but just being here right now, right today, is where I belong. And part of that. Again, I just want to go back to what my 6-year-old daughter said to me. And so those things were not something that just manifested. Those things are something that she saw me do. And I got those things from being around individuals like yourself.
That's good.
And elderly. So, know, again, I don't want to be long in this. I just want to say thank you, and I just appreciate everything that you and your beautiful wife has done for me in my life along this journey that I've been on. So thank you.
Okay.
I want to say, first of all, I thank God for you. I give him the honor and the glory. For you, running into you, you chased me for many years. We played football, we went to high school together, played football together. We was always friends. He was out there in the world then. But now, I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome.
I love you, man. I love you with all my heart.
Great house.
That's how much of a big inspiration you are.
Wow.
I love you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
opportunity that you had gave me, and it's actually kind of ironic because I feel like I could connect with you because I see a lot of things. See, the thing is that you took pain, loss, confusion, misfortune, and you turn it into something to where you can become a leader. And it's like, I've been through hell myself, you know, and as far as it goes from where trials and tribulations, I've been in the streets. I've been, you know what I'm saying, I smoked, I did the gang thing, you know what I'm saying, I did all of that, man. We all have. I know we all been there. You know, my father, you know, your father had his things. My father just wasn't connected at all. So, you know, I had to deal with, you know, the emotional side from my mother, but my mother wasn't emotional. So that was more hell because now my mother seemed to be more of a mental abuser compared to a physical. And sometimes I felt like I wasn't good enough, or sometimes I just went through a lot of trials and tribulations to realize that later in life, as yourself, we both end up becoming leaders in some sort of sort.
Yes.
So we turn these negatives and we turn our angers into wills to become better. Better than expected, better than expectations from other people. If somebody ever told you that you ain't gonna be nothing and they see that you stuck in that same spot, don't believe that.
Right.
Look, you see this man has places, he has multiple places to go to where he can sit here in school. Not just people like me, but people like you. Not just someone that's young or rather teenager or an older man. He's putting everybody in that circle. And it really dawns on me to understand that it takes a lot of strength to
It's all right.
It takes a lot of strength. Turn that pain into something much more better than what you can ever be on your own. You took that and you made yourself better. You come in here. You came here to make yourself better. You took that time. I know every day in my head on Wednesday, I got to come here at 12 o'clock to get better. You didn't do it for certificate. You did it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to gain anything besides you. You made it possible. He made it possible. And I recognize that. You like a father figure to me too.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Let's make it happen, man. All right. I was telling Shakar that I really wanted them to tap into working with our youth, our Boys to Men group as well, and how he's a leader, and that our Boys to Men are ages 13 to 21, and many of these kids come from residential services, and we've been saying how that we need young men, right? Because Shakar will reach people that I'll never reach. Jose, you know, Josh, you will reach guys that I'll never be able to reach because I'm old school, right? But you all will be able to tap in and change these guys' lives. These are kids that have been in the foster care, and they, you know, what we call the RAD, the reactive attachment disorder, where they just been in so many different houses by the age 16 years old, they don't know what love looked like. And so we being fathers and father figures really build relationship. And we often say this, gentlemen, that sometimes it's not as important to be right. It's more important to build the relationship. And so being right always isn't the most important thing. Keeping the relationship is the most important thing. So when we learn how, as fathers, to reconcile, restore, and reconnect and build the relationships, we do what we've been saying that we do, is that we then empower those in our spheres of influence.